Gale Center here in Tucson, Arizona. And in fact, the PA announcer is screaming out the starting lineups, and that's the reason for the reaction to the crowd. The starting lineups. Keep an eye on Chris Mills, that big front line. Mills, one of the superb frontline players for this Arizona ball club. Lute Olson, 9th season here at Arizona, 192 wins and 69 here at Arizona, 192 and 69. The starting line. Brandon, the young freshman, will get the start tonight with Boudreaux, Anderson, O'Neill, and Williamson. And of course, Dale Brown at a Minot State, 20th year as head coach at LSU.
Ron, I'll tell you, I had some technical problems here, but I'm all hooked up now, and I can't wait. You know, Dale Brown told me earlier tonight, he said, Dick, you didn't want to believe me when I said we'd beat Kentucky when they were #1 in the nation several years ago. You didn't want to believe me when I said we would beat Arizona when they were undefeated last year. And I know you don't believe me now, but I really feel that we're going to beat them tonight and end this 64-game win streak. I'll tell you, Ron, he sounds like Muhammad Ali getting ready for one of his predictions years ago when he was fighting. Remember the old statement by Ali? You dare to call me a bum? I'll end it in one. So I said, are you Muhammad Ali? He said, we are ready.
Well, this Arizona ball club, and we watched them in their shoot-around yesterday, they are ready and prepared to go in this one as well. This LSU ball club has not come out of the blocks exactly the way Dale Brown would have liked to see them. But tonight, particularly with Brandon getting the start, the youngster out of Chicago, he's going to try a little different combination and see if he can't stir that offense up.
That's really been the problem, rhythm and combinations. He has not been able to identify what's going to be his solid 7-man rotation. The only constant he has is number 33, 294 pounds with less than 6% body fat on that body.
That's amazing for somebody who weighs 150, let alone somebody that weighs 292.
I don't know about you. I feel I'm at a heavyweight championship right now. That's the way this whole environment really feels here.
O'Neill and Stokes, and O'Neill hit it on the way up, so it will go to Arizona.
Everywhere you went in this city last night, all they were talking about, the arrival of the real deal, Shaquille O'Neal.
Yep, that was the question of the day yesterday. You got tickets, or are you going to the arena?
Man-to-man defense to start out with, as Rooks is an excellent offensive player. I really believe he might be one of the premier low-post offensive players in basketball.
Williamson brings it across. Don't misunderstand one thing. We talk about the size of O'Neill. That front line for Arizona is huge.
Fired up, and this crowd is one special place. They're starting out with a 2-2-1 zone press and falling back into a matchup defense. They're trying to play in front and behind O'Neill. Stokes is matching up with O'Neill.
Three-pointer wouldn't go. Boudreaux in the middle with the follow, and he's got it.
Boudreaux's a good rebounder, steady role player.
Whistle on the floor, and that will go against number 4, Jamie Brandon.
Jamie Brandon's an athlete, was Prop 48. He was really so heralded out of high school, out of Chicago, Illinois. Played at King High School where they won 32. Didn't lose a game in his senior year. Sean Rooks down in the box. His inside has great post moves. If he could add other parts to his game, he doesn't rebound well enough, doesn't play in a defensive end well enough, but he's a good low post player.
Anderson whistled for the foul for LSU.
Chris Mills, really special. Dale Brown really was so frustrated yesterday at practice when he simply addressed us with the fact, I can't seem to find the right combination. UNLV, wow, they get beat by a deuce by Rutgers. Woo! Coppin State beating on Oklahoma.
How about that game that we just saw completed here? Not.
We just been told now, we've seen the score come up that it's an overtime, not a final in the UNLV game.
Okay, well, the game I was alluding to was the Arkansas game. I think it says something about the strength of the Big 8 Conference. A little bit difficult to go into Fayetteville and win. They won it by 11.
Anthony Peeler had a great game. Now they changed the look of their pressure. They use rooks up on a baseline. They want to keep the ball out of the middle of the floor. They want to bring it to the sideline. LSU's got to hit the perimeter shot so they can open up some passing lanes. Anderson, number 5, is a designated shooter. He's a transfer from out of the California Irvine School. University of California Irvine. Played there 3 years. He's a senior. They are really matching up out of this defense. Matchup simply means you play a man in the area of the floor and then communicate a release when he goes through.
Boudreau barely drew iron on that. And here come the Wildcats running.
They've done a great job keeping the ball away from O'Neal.
Rooks gets away with a walk, misses the short jumper.
There's a good look by Chris Mills. That's where he excels, in the open court. Brandon is an excellent open court player in transition, has great athletic ability. Matt Optics got to give him some solid play at the point. Now here's the penetration. He splits the defense. Now watch the great legs. Look how he hangs right in the air. Great body control, good rotation. He had such a great reputation in high school. Played for Landon Cox at King High School, where they have the best junior in America right now, Rashad Griffith, a 7-footer.
Three points for Brandon now as LSU comes back to close it to within 1. One thing you must do when you're in a house like this where a team has won 64 in a row, you got to take the crowd out of it as much as you can early.
See how they're trying to take O'Neal away from the basket, bringing Rooks to the outside. Tried to isolate. They tried to isolate Rooks against O'Neal. Little one-on-one. Now he's playing defense out on the perimeter. We're looking at 7-1 on the perimeter. Look at these two guys playing one-on-one. We got two Goliaths going head-to-head.
Shaquille O'Neal with his first. O'Neal with the block on Stokes.
He says, get it out of here, Stokes. Get it out of here.
Williamson, quick turn move. Anderson says Arizona touched it last. It'll be Tiger ball.
Too much one-on-one basketball right there. Not enough ball movement, player movement. Everything happened with the dribble. There's the Cary Grant of coaching. Look at this guy. I get so jealous and envious when I see him. He's so absolutely, he's spotless. Look at him. He's absolutely perfect. How could a guy look that good? I'm jealous.
We'll see if he looks that way at the end of the night.
He will. He will, though, Ron. That's the amazing thing.
Brandon feeds inside, bats it back to Boudreau, and Anderson hits the 12-footer.
That's what I was talking about a little bit earlier. Ball movement. That was great ball movement, keyed by the excellent pass by O'Neal. I would go to Rooks down in the boxes against O'Neal. See the great anticipation by O'Neal. That's not just reaction. That's anticipating. And there's the extra pass, and he's a designated shooter, Anderson. Excellent rotation.
LSU with their first lead in the night, 7-6. LSU 3 of 7 shooting. U of A is 2 of 3 in the early going.
That's just excellent passing by O'Neal. He anticipates the double team. He kicks it out, but they got to knock it down.
LSU with the steal. Brandon bounces it to Williamson, loses the handle.
You must convert in transition when you're 2-on-1. They say in basketball, when you have the number game, you want to convert at least 60% of your 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s. Rutgers looks final by 6, beats UNLV. Dayton leading on Michigan State. Great win for Bobby Winter. See, that's where I'd go. Right in here to the big guy.
Rooks with the jump hook.
He is so tough inside. He will be a middle NBA first rounder and maybe even higher. Today could be a game where his stock can go up, up, and up with all the scouts watching. Are you serious? Did you see that agility and mobility by a 7'1", 294-pounder?
First two for him tonight. You heard the groan of the crowd. That's going to be Boudreau, who is called for holding inside on Stokes. Womack will come into the ball game, and number 45, Rooks, will go to the bench for the Arizona Wildcats.
They can rotate 4 people across the baseline. Womack is an excellent all-around athlete, very explosive.
Why not have one for the road? Someone is counting on you. It could be your year for Lotto. You haven't seen Europe yet. In fact, you never know what's around the corner. If you need a better answer, you don't understand the question. A message from Bud Grind.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle all the way. Oh, what
A Polaroid one-step flash, the perfect gift. Now, under 30 big ones.
Hey, Joe, you want to toss the pigskin around?
Hey, armchair quarterbacks, grab a box of Wheaties and take the field with Joe Montana. But you gotta rush. Touchdown! Before the game box is gone.
Kid's an animal.
Introducing the Dremel Moto Tool. You cut, we cut. You sharpen, we sharpen. You polish, we polish. You drill, we drill. You clean, we clean. You sand, we sand. You grind, we grind. You hammer. Did I mention we cut? The Dremel Moto Tool, with more than 150 available accessories. Why settle for some 2-bit Christmas gift?
Arkansas 76.
They just announced that Arkansas score here at the arena, and that was the reason for the reaction.
Oliver Miller's got to get in better shape down at Arkansas. He's got to really trim down, get himself in great condition. And they get Todd Day, they'll be a different team. That's how good he is. But that's a great win for Norm Stewart. Anthony Peeler was sensational. Changed defenses, made an adjustment. Dale Brown out of the timeout, came out to his zone. 2-3, trying to match up.
Womack, that ball almost went into the hoop. It came off the floor, went up over the rim. That thing would have counted it had it gone in.
Maurice Williamson led him in 3 points made 2 years ago. He's really been cold from out on the perimeter. He's got to really make that shot count.
Turnovers so far, LSU with 2 and Arizona with 4. That ball's going to be stolen back by Anderson of LSU.
Brandon and Williamson give him 2 solid athletes, but they really are very streaky as perimeter shooters.
Womack will be called for the foul, and any time he gets that entry pass that low, you might as well let him go ahead because there's no way to stop him. He is shooting down at the hoop.
If he can get that duck-in move and he really gets into the lane. Look at him working right now, trying to make himself big and wide. There he is down in deep. And if he can get into that lane, they like to utilize the high-low post entry into Shaquille. Said yesterday at the shoot-around, I just want to have fun. I want to enjoy it. Everywhere he goes, he's besieged with media requests.
Brooks will come in. Stokes will go out. Let me change that last foul. It was not Womack. It was Stokes who picked it up, his first. I'll tell you, I asked him about that same thing at the shoot-around today. And I said, are you happy, Shaq? And he said, yeah, I am. The only thing that bothers me is, he said, I get tired of so many people hanging on me in the ball games. He said, there are always 2, if not 3. But he's going to have to learn to live with that.
See, I really believe in college basketball, you should not have a player foul out of the game. I believe at the 5-foul limit, if you get to 6, the coach should have the right to keep you on the floor. Fans pay to come and see Shaquille O'Neal, and we shouldn't have referees putting him on a sideline with some touch fouls like Alonzo Mournings and these great players. I think the coach, if he keeps him on and he gets the 6th and 7th, and he gets every foul after that, it should be like a technical. 2 shots and possession, but a coach should have a right to keep the young man on the floor.
Khaled Reeves from three-point land, not there, and O'Neal. Wow, does he clean the boards.
He has such potential. He's only 19 years of age in his 3rd year in college. Got to make these open shots.
Nice defensive play by Womack. Anderson will be called for the foul in the backcourt.
I believe LSU has a key player as the second foul on Anderson. Dale Brown has a key player on the bench who could play a big role in this game. Mike Hansen, who's an outstanding long-range shooter. I think it's almost a must when you have Shaquille O'Neal to have people that can make that perimeter shot.
Spread them out, huh? Make them more honest.
Exactly. Make people come out and play them and open up passing lanes. Oh, yes. A little bit of a hurley to Grant Hill. Ostic to Chris Mills. The diagonal pass. Mills can be a star. He said he's focused this year. He said last year I was up and down.
That was Othick. Othick with the assist and the great pass. And now here comes the Wildcats and the crowd.
They telegraphed that pass. Great defensive play by Rooks. Great offensive play by Chris Mills. There's a diagonal pass. Great execution. Mills comes flying from the wing. And now here's little Chris, little one-on-one move. Chris Mills takes it to the goal. He said, just like when I played at Fairfax High School in Los Angeles with my buddy Sean Higgins. Sean should have never left school as early as he did. Too many young people make the mistake. That's why it's great to have Shaquille O'Neal show that he has priorities and that education is number one and he remained in school. Credit that to his dad, Sergeant Philip Harrison.
9 points now for Mills. And he comes right back and picks up a silly foul.
Yeah, really not a good foul for a guy that's been around the game. Mills, we know, is a transfer from out of Kentucky. It's been well documented, this scenario. Left Kentucky, came here to Arizona.
Just picked up his first foul. That's the third team foul against Arizona. LSU with 6, one more, and it's the bonus.
Arizona playing man-to-man defense right now. Change their look. Shaquille wants the lob.
Look at Womack defensively. Second sterling defensive play in the last 2 minutes.
Womack is an excellent defensive play. He has long arms. He's so solid defensively. He's one of the best 6 men in all of college basketball.
Rooks banged by O'Neal. That's his second.
That's great coaching. Taking the ball down and deep. You have a big low post scorer like Sean Rooks. Make Shaquille O'Neal have to challenge him. They get the good angle, 45-degree angle, great entry, dump it inside, bring it right to him. Now it's decision time for Dale Brown. He has an excellent backup by the name of Hammock. Second personal on Shaquille. One of the master motivators on the sideline, Dale Brown. Was he motivating last night? Wow. He said you don't gain anything playing those cupcakes, and that's why we're playing Vegas, and we're playing Arizona, and we're going to play Duke.
In and out, Rooks with 5 points, and that ball will be stolen back.
Not a good play to make under your own basket. Flipping it in, we have a chance to get it. Ostic knocks it down for 3. Listen to this environment. One of the great environments in college basketball.
Jump ball. It'll stay with LSU. Possession arrow pointing in that direction. Our referee tonight is Richie Ballesteros, and the 2 umpires are Willis Majunkin and Mark Reisling.
Ron, I think the best 4 programs in college basketball today, based on these factors: 1 winning, 2 graduating players, 3 great environments, 4 never involved with the NCAA, would have to be Duke, North Carolina, Indiana, and Arizona. Lute Olson has made this into an unbelievable program.
By the way, the 3-pointer just a moment ago by Othick. That's the first points out of the backcourt in this ballgame. Hansen is in the game. Anderson with the 3-pointer. Not there. Reeves pushes it up the floor. Look at Rooks.
Yes, the big guy can run. He's a big-time player. I told you a little bit earlier. He can score. And if I were Dale Brown, I'd really be concerned.
Brandon guarded closely by Reeves, and it looks as though Khaled has picked up the foul.
I really understand what Dale Brown has said about we have no rhythm in terms of any kind of timing offensively, and you can see that on the floor right now. But this club will get better and better, and by the end of the year, they will be in the NCAA tournament again, and they will be a major factor in the Southeastern Conference.
Dick, this is a 9-0 run in the last 90 seconds.
This team drilled so intensely yesterday, going over every facet of the game, Arizona, in preparation for this game. Brandon's a very versatile player. He can actually play 3 positions. He can play the second guard and the small forward slot as well.
(19-12).
I bring it right at Shaquille. He's got 2 fouls. They're going to try to isolate. Rooks looks down now. He wants to make the pass. There's the lob. Yes, sir. That's 3. They're putting a clinic on.
Look at the smile on Mills' face. It's as if to say, Anderson is no match for me.
They're putting a clinic on offensively in their 5-man game.
Anderson with the jumper, and that will silence the crowd momentarily.
That's why he's on the floor. He's a really solid shooter. Well, Rooks, he wants to be a passer, a little high-low. Now he's going to go right at Shaquille one-on-one.
And Singleton comes away with the turnover.
Singleton's been a 3-year starter. He was sent to the bench today. Dale Brown said, heck, unless you play the way I want you to play, you'll be an assistant coach. Oh, watch out, he's backing down. He's got to be careful, Shaquille. Remember that new point of emphasis. You can't back your player down.
The best thing about this GE Crystal Clear cordless telephone is that it's virtually static free, which is really great since most of us already have enough static in our lives. Like my nephew, the mime. Hello? Yeah. He's here.
GE Crystal Clear cordless telephones. Because the last thing you need in your life is more static.
He's on another line. Take a message.
The reinvention of the Ford Escort added a new level of design and performance to small cars. And now, we've added a new, more sophisticated Ford Escort. Introducing the new 4-door Ford Escort LX sedan, a car designed to offer exceptional value and quality, and even the power of the GT, but with a style all its own. Have you wanted a style all your own? Have you driven a Ford lately?
Two-thirds of the world is water, but it's not all like this. The American paradise, United States Virgin Islands.
Well, the thing I worked on a lot this summer was trying to be consistent offensively and to play tough defense every night. And you know, I just think I have to come out every game and try to play tough from the start to the finish. I know some games I was slacking out there, or some games, you know, I thought maybe we win this game, so I didn't have to play as hard, but I can't have that attitude. I got to come out and be hungry every game.
Well, I'll tell you what, he has, because front court scoring, Arizona 18 points, LSU only 5.
Well, Chris Mills was brilliant last year in the NIT preseason against Arkansas. He had 29 points, 13 rebounds, and he shut down Todd Day in his second half. He was the MVP, went home with all the gold.
21-14 ball game with Arizona leading, and Dick also points off turnover. Arizona 13, LSU 2. And we see here with another turnover, if Arizona scores, it'll be 15 points off turnovers already.
Arizona really has an experienced basketball team. They lost Matt Muehlbach and they lost Brian Williams, but they returned such a solid nucleus, and they got an excellent point guard in Othick, who's a really good college point guard. Stoudemire just came in from this little guy. You're going to like this little kid.
He's a lefty. Barely drew iron on that one.
Well, he's not a long-range shooter. He's a penetrator. He's a distributor. From out of Portland, Oregon.
Brandon way off on that shot from the outside.
That's the shot. He's going to have to learn to make that shot.
Hill. And the follow by Stokes. Mills, I beg your pardon, that's 13 points for him.
Well, really a major mistake there. No one blocked him out.
Hansen misses the long-range jump shot.
Hansen and Anderson have to shoot the ball.
Anderson swishes it. That's good for 3.
He's got to shoot the rock, and so does Hansen. They're both excellent long-range shooters.
23-17 our score. Tucson, Arizona, packed house. Boy, they were begging for tickets around town to see this one.
Clay Reeves has been very quiet, very passive with the ball, number 3.
Womack turns, not there. Look at Mills inside.
Is he focused? Is he focused tonight? He's got great mental concentration. He worked very hard yesterday in practice. 6'6", has another year. They think he'll come back to school, too.
15 points for him and 5 rebounds already.
He knows the lights are on. He's ready. The lights are on. The camera.
Inside to Hammett. On the floor. Arizona will get it on the turnover.
Really a tough time now for Dale Brown. If they get a spurt, got to make a decision about Shaquille. Got to make a decision and not allow it to get totally away from you. Management of the game. We talked about it with Alonzo Mourning and John Thompson in Georgetown when it became a factor, and today it's a factor again.
Basket by 24,
Singleton was a center in his first year at LSU. He's a very versatile guy, an excellent rebounder. There he is with the big rebound. He's a quick jumper.
Vernell Singleton, senior out of Natchez, Mississippi.
See, right now, reverse the ball. Shoot the jumper, Hansen. Reverse the ball and let him shoot it.
Singleton with the jumper, not there. Stoudemire has it, then Hammock takes it back from him, and Stokes with the block.
Stokes is up to 270 pounds. He's really worked in a weight room, number 41. He can rebound. Singleton's quick to the basketball. We're going to get some movement and get the ball to Hansen or Anderson to shoot that perimeter jump shot.
See Hammock with the screen. Mills with his head rocking back. Anderson with the left-handed prayer, and Mills comes away with the rebound.
Not the kind of shot selection you like.
Womack.
Get a slow getting back defensively, LSU. Brandon's an excellent ball handler. He handles the ball exceptionally well. But making decisions at this point guard slot is a whole different ball game.
Offensive foul against Brandon.
Oh, I wonder about that call.
Tigers foul number 4, Jamie Brandon. His second personal, 8 team foul. Back in Arizona.
You shouldn't have. Where did you ever find this? It does look like me.
Some years when he says you shouldn't have, he really means it. This holiday season, give him a gift he'll enjoy all year long. A subscription to the Sporting News.
Now this is great. Thank you.
The Sporting News makes a great gift for every sports fan on your list. Each week, it brings sports lovers the kind of information they want most. Hard-hitting opinions from players and coaches. Who's hot, who's not, and why. Plus, incredible stats. The inside scoop on strategies, trade rumors, and more. Exciting special issues. It's the one gift that special sports fan in your life is sure to love. Unless, of course, you've already finished your shopping. The Sporting News, more than just the score.
It's showtime on ESPN Bowl Week. Air Force invades Mississippi State in the Liberty Bowl. BYU attacks Iowa in the Holiday Bowl. And East Carolina stalks NC State in the Peach Bowl, live on ESPN.
Hi, I'm Chris Berman. Join us Sunday at noon Eastern Time for NFL Game Day. We'll look at the Rock'em Sock'em Philadelphia Eagles defense. We'll look at the reeling New Orleans Saints. Can they right themselves in time to win the NFC West? And the Raiders seeking revenge against the Bills. Sunday noon.
We're back at the McHale Center in Tucson, Arizona. There you see the score, 27-19. Ron Franklin and Dick Vitale. 7:21 left in the first half. And Shaquille O'Neal on the bench. 3 points, 2 rebounds, but he's there because of 2 quick fouls. Dale Brown decided to sit him down, and I think Dick's point is well taken. This is a tough decision, a critical one, though, that Dale has to make as far as when he's going to bring him back in and take a chance on him picking up the third just before halftime.
Well, you got to be careful that Arizona doesn't get a spurt and break the game open. As we look at the field goal percentage right now, 35% for LSU. Arizona shooting 55%.
That's actually better than Arizona's been shooting for the year in their first 2 games. They're just over 50%.
Well, they've been on a road, went up to Hawaii in the tournament. Dale Brown upset, thinks that he leaned in. Hammock can't believe it. Hammock had some big games last year as a replacement. Had 20 and 10 against Mississippi State.
And that was big because that was the finale. And right when O'Neal was having the injury problems, they had to have somebody. Mississippi State was an awfully good ball club when it happened also.
LSU's got a lot of weapons. They have a lot of good players around Shaquille O'Neal. The problem right now is they're too one-dimensional offensively. In fact, Dale alluded to the fact that the greatest scorer of all time, Pistol Pete Maravich, 44 a game when he played at LSU, but they couldn't win big because everything was Mr. Maravich. Everybody else stood around like the Kodak man taking pictures.
He's repeating a score that we had earlier. Rutgers 91-85 in overtime over UNLV. In case you missed it.
Fantastic win for Bobby Wenzel.
And Oklahoma State leading California 55-39 in the second half.
They play great defense, Eddie Sutton's team.
Stokes. Check it. Rooks gets it back in, and here comes Oka. He'll push it. Jump ball, and the arrow goes to Arizona. Well, coming up tonight at midnight Eastern time, it's Arizona State against New Mexico. That one at the Pit in Albuquerque.
Well, those fans really get after it. It's a great place for basketball, but Dave Bliss is struggling this year, his team. And Arizona State, Bill Frieda, look at that great offensive rebound.
Shot blocked inside Ray O's. He's a point-blank range, and he got it blocked.
Very quick player, O's. He reminds him a lot of Anthony Cook, who played here several years ago.
Hughes wheels it around. Caesar not close in that jump.
Caesar from Iowa, Louisiana. Good athlete. Reminds people of Leonard Mitchell, who played here several years ago. Very quick player.
Richie Ballesteros looking up court, and as in any good officiating crew will do, look for help from one another. Willis Junkin was closest to it, and he said it should be LSU's ball. 29-19, Wildcats with a 10-point margin.
And what a job this guy has done. He's won 4 consecutive PAC titles, 7 NCAA tournaments in a row, 64 in a row at home. Lee Olson, what a builder of programs.
You know, when you look at that margin of victory, 64 straight, but the fact that they have defeated their opponents by 23 points on an average, that's pretty strong. There it is right there.
Last loss was to University of Texas, El Paso, Don Haskins, and that was during the NCAA tournament when you were allowed to play in your home court. Beat him in overtime. And that was a guy by the name of Mr. Hardaway, who's now starring for Don Nelson. Nelly, one of the premier coaches in the NBA.
Hugh whips it all the way across court. Caesar swishes it. That's going to be 2. His foot was on the line.
He's a very good friend of Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq really likes Caesar, and he thinks he's got a great future. Very quick player.
Stoudemire. There it is. Tell you what, he is one just like the youngster that we saw from Virginia the other night, Corey Alexander, that let him get his feet on the ground, and even as a freshman, is going to really be a difference maker.
Offensive foul. Playing out of control. Singleton with the drive. You mentioned Alexander. Alexander was wanted by Arizona. He was like 3rd on their list with Michigan, and then decided to go to Virginia. Good move bringing Shaquille in. Can't wait any longer. You're down 11, 5:21 on the clock. He has 2 fouls. Out of major foul trouble.
So Hanson, Caesar, Singleton, Brandon, and O'Neal, the 5 on the floor for the Tigers.
See, right now, Arizona's got to run a set to try to get the ball to Rooks Make the wing pass and then slide inside. Now Ricks is going to slide inside.
On the baseline, turnover.
Not good execution in that possession right there by Arizona.
Well, O's is a freshman also, out of San Bernardino. Very quick, but he's having to find his way as well.
Tremendous shot blocker, Ron. Reminiscent, as I said earlier, of Anthony Cook, who starred here several years ago. Stoudemire loves playing on the defensive end. His daddy's in the crowd tonight. Came from Oregon to see him.
Look at Caesar. Misses the finger roll. And here come the Cats again.
Shaquille can't be passive now because of the 2 fouls.
O's misses on the short jumper.
See, right now, you got to try to get some kind of clear out and take help away and really try to isolate Shaquille.
Not there. O's over to Open.
See, right now, somebody's got to introduce themselves to Shaquille O'Neal. They're not even looking to him when he's on the floor.
Caesar, as the dribble was picked.
Oh, Rook should have got the ball a little sooner.
Rooks has it taken away by O'Neal.
Good call by the official. No contact. Offensive foul. Ooh, they get a block.
They're going to give a block on the play. Look at Stoudemire. You know, Dick, actually, LSU, as cold as they are right now, they're very fortunate that Arizona has missed on their last 4 trips down, because they're down by 11. All of a sudden, they could be down by as many as 16 or 18 points.
And that would be tough to overcome, especially on the road here in this facility. Stokes is a little passive, number 41. That's been really his negative throughout his career. He's got good ability. Started the last 16 games as a freshman. It was a major factor. And then last year he was up and down. He's got to play with a little bit more intensity because he has some good abilities. He's got a good touch. He can block shots.
Big Ed Stokes is checked back in the ballgame, and Rooks gets a breather. Rooks has been extremely solid in the first half. And of course, what did they lose? They've taken out the 6'10 guy. Well, Stokes is 7'2.
Shaquille trying to get him deep down inside. Unstoppable if he gets the ball in that deep. Totally unstoppable. Guys like Shaquille O'Neal and Alonzo Mourning are going to be better on the NBA level because of the one-on-one, man-to-man defensive principles. Defenses on a collegiate game can do so many things gimmick-wise to really negate the great ability of the super low-post player.
5 points for O'Neal so far.
The amazing thing that really gets me is only 19 years of age and won't be 20 until next March. He also has an outstanding staff. He's got 2 former head coaches that work with him, and Tony McAndrew and Jim Roseborough, 2 outstanding guys, and Jesse Evans, another tremendous guy. He's ready for a head job. Outstanding recruiter.
It's Boudreaux who picks up the foul, and I believe it's going to be 3 on Booth. I think it will be. Free throw shooting, LSU 4 of 6, Arizona 6 of 6. Dick, I don't mean to bring up something bad, but you realize that kid that was beating you before the game and the one-on-one out there was Jesse Evans' little son, Jarrett.
You got to really humiliate me. I'm glad they don't have that on video. This place was rocking. I'm trying to play one-on-one against a kid about 4'10". I'm perspiring. I'm sweating. I thought I was going to relax and shoot, and he flat out humiliated me. Well, so did Jimmy Boeheim.
Jarrett looks as though he's got pretty good potential. As Stokes knocks down the first. The 3 fouls on Boudreaux, they have to get him out of the lineup, so immediately Burnell Singleton will come back in.
Singleton's been a 3-year starter. He's a slashing kind of player. Here's a kid Stokes is really key to this basketball team.
Offensive interference, so it is no basket. Timeout on the floor, 3:40 left until halftime, and the Cats by 10.
This year, we're introducing more new ideas than any other truck company. A newly designed Ford full-size pickup, all new full-size vans. And don't forget our phenomenal new success story, Explorer. Now, the word truck has been redefined. Who redefined it? Ford.
More people are driving the best-built, best-selling American trucks than ever before.
A lot of women find my looks intimidating. Do you? My mother makes the best brisket.
There I was in the Congo.
Why is a good man so hard to find?
Just a minute, okay?
Why ask why? Try Bud Dry. It's dry brewed, not watered down. To drink light, yet satisfy completely. So while men aren't perfect,
You finished up?
at least refreshment is.
You know your love keeps lifting me, keeps on lifting me higher, higher. I said your love keeps lifting me, keeps on lifting me higher, higher.
GE Spacemaker products. A higher level of entertainment for your kitchen.
10-point ball game with 3:40 remaining until halftime. Don't forget NFL action tomorrow on ESPN, beginning with NFL Game Day at noon, and then at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, it's NFL Prime Time. And then following all that at 8 o'clock, the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, all tomorrow, right here on ESPN. LSU 9 of 26. While Arizona is 12 of 24.
They got to get some points out of Williamson. Maurice is a big-time scorer. They got to get some points out of him.
Nice defensive play by Rooks. He got a piece of Williamson's shot, and the Tigers turn it over.
If the name is familiar, he is the son of Super John. John played 8 years in the NBA and the ABA. We want to wish him the best of luck. He's battling a kidney problem, and we wish John all the luck in the world. His jersey's retired with the Nets, number 23, along with Dr. James.
O'Neal with his second block of the night of Rooks. Singleton will pull it up and miss the short jumper, and that will be off of Williamson.
If you were charting LSU right now in transition, they are not converting in transition. Whenever they have the numbers, and they say, in terms of the book, when you're a coach, you really want to at least get 60% out of all your transition.
Caesar tries for the steal, and he gets the turnover. That's 9 turnovers against Arizona, 12 against LSU.
Plays with a lot of enthusiasm, Caesar. He's got good quickness. See, I think that Shaquille O'Neal's got to get a little bit more active offensively. He's being very passive on the floor.
Let me ask you something. He said yesterday, or coach said, that jumper is not there. That's Singleton, who skies for the board, and he'll get it and get a chance for the three-point play. Anyway, to complete my point, he went to Dale and he said, look, if you think I'm shooting too much, and he doesn't like all the attention. He thinks he gets too much, and he said, anything for the team, if I'm handling too much, let's spread the wealth. Do you think that is, you think that's affected his performance tonight?
Well, I think he's very passive, and I think he wants to be accepted by all his teammates. That's a big-time offensive rebound by Singleton, who's been doing that for 3 years. Ron, I think there's a tendency right now, as you mentioned, he's really like a little tired of all the publicity. But being a real champ or being a star, you have to accept that. That comes with being a star. Whether you're Michael Jordan, or whether you're a championship fighter, or whether you're a great tennis player, you got to be able to handle that and deal with that. So he's got to accept the fact that he is special and he is an outstanding player.
We're about to hit 2.5 minutes until halftime. Mills, who has 15 first-half points, almost has it stolen by Singleton. And Hennick is going to come in, and let's see. Yep, Shaq will go to the bench, and Dale is thinking he doesn't want him to get his third foul with 2.5 minutes to go until halftime.
Well, as long as he can keep the lead to where Arizona doesn't get it out into double figures.
It's 7 points right now, 33-26.
See, right now they can take advantage of Hammock against Rooks and slide Rooks inside with his experience.
It's Mills. Can't get it to go. Womack with the follow. Still not there. And as they battle for it on the floor, that's Rooks who comes away with it. And he'll go to the line for a couple.
He's got an excellent single reverse drop step move. Rooks really utilizes that well down in the boxes inside. Big guy from out of Fontana, California. Oh, there's the hug. Every team wants a hug. They all want a hug. Now watch, Rooks is going to come up. Now here's the single reverse. Drop step. Take the ball up strong. I said, oh, no. Why not? I'll tell you one thing that Dale Brown knows. Coming here, you look at that 64-game win streak. He was really trying to downplay that with his team about the fact that, you know, that we're a good basketball team. We can go on a road and beat people. And he was really stressing the positive attitude of his people. On the other side, Lee Olson, those 64 aren't all cupcakes. He had Duke in here last year. He's brought a great UNLV team's been here. He's had Illinois with Lou Henson. He's had Rolly Massimino. So he's beaten some big basketball programs on this floor in that 64-game win streak.
By the way, the foul on Hammock just a moment ago is his second.
We haven't seen the real Khalid Reeves yet either. This guy can play, number 3.
Williamson. Stokes battles for it. He'll come away with it out to Oakley. 4 on 3 with the break for the Cats.
Not a good shot in transition. Not the shot you really want out of Womack from the perimeter.
Possession era, says LSU.
Williamson right there, number 10. He scored 78 points in a high school game for Wilberforce High School. He was coached by Bob Salisbury. He's had outstanding programs over in New Haven, Connecticut.
Traveled.
You know, Williamson sat out all of last year. So did Brandon. It's really tough getting your rhythm and getting back to adjusting to playing a big-time level when you sit out.
Well, at halftime, John Saunders and Jim Valvano. Let's take a look at the Kentucky-Indiana game. Great game in Indianapolis today. Top 25 upset, scores, highlights, and analysis. All coming up at halftime with John and Jim.
The difference in that game, the three-point shot. Kentucky knocks about 10 down. Indiana doesn't have any.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, that's a shot you use in a game of horse. Matt Oakley from out of Vegas, where he said yes to Jerry Tarkanian and changed his mind and came to Arizona. There he is, little acrobatic. He takes it into Hammock. He flips it up. He reverses it. It goes down. He said that was planned, baby. I work on it all day. Remember, he's a left-handed player. Here he is using the right hand. He's ambidextrous. He's very confident. He had a message for his former backcourt mate, Matt Muehlbach, who's really battling a problem called chronic fatigue syndrome, and we wish the best to Matt. He's out in Stillwell, Kansas right now, and we wish him a speedy recovery.
Celtic now with 6 points on the night. There was an 11-point Arizona lead. Strong to the hoop and block. I believe Rooks got the first hand on it.
He did do a great job closing off the driving angle. Oh, he missed Womack. Womack was wide open.
I think Rooks was afraid he was going to be charged with an offensive foul if he had taken it on to the hoop. Womack there this time.
That is a perfect clinic 101 on how to run the high-low post entry. I'm sure Jimmy will dissect that at halftime, but that is the high-low entry. It's exactly what took Shaquille out of the game. Came that little spurt to blow it open going into halftime with Uncle Mo on the side of Arizona.
Three-pointer just as the clock goes out, and it is halftime.
What a big basket.
So the real deal. 5 points and 3 rebounds in that first half. Less than what he certainly would have anticipated.
We did not see the real deal today, Mr. Franklin.
Halftime. Wildcats 39 and LSU 29.
Sarah, keep an eye on your brother.
No matter what size your business, no matter what size the job, Konica copiers are ready. Konica, capturing the imagination.
Look, we already make the world's best-selling trucks. But we made our 92 Ford full-size pickup even better with a new design, new interior, new instrument panel, new available power lumbar seats. But there's one thing that'll never change. It's still built Ford tough.
More people are driving the best-built, best-selling American trucks than ever before.
I've got a secret. One of these is full of real live birds. The other is a Hitachi Ultravision TV. And thanks to Ultravision's ultra clear, ultra sharp, ultra bright picture, you probably can't tell which is which. Is the suspense killing you? Okay, I'll show you. Ta-da! Ultravision, only from Hitachi. Hitachi.
ESPN's NCAA basketball is brought to you by Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? And by the ultimate in big screen televisions, Ultravision, only from Hitachi.
Welcome back. Arizona leading LSU 39-29 at halftime. Jim Valvano, Shaquille O'Neal just 5 points in the game. Really, he was in foul trouble most of the first half. But even when he was on the floor, Arizona did a good job.
They did a Dickie V alluded to the high-low post offense. Unfortunately, when LSU tried it, Arizona had the answer. Here is why you see Shaquille O'Neal is not scoring. Look at this. 1 player, 2 players. Right? Arizona's got 2 guys. Then they've got a 3rd guy behind ready for any kind of pass. And then they put pressure on the ball so that you can't enter the pass. So what's going to be free? Right, high-low. That area of the court is going to be free. But what happens here is when LSU gets it there, look at that. They do not go out, Arizona, and defend that. They say, go ahead and shoot it. They keep the sandwich there. And then after the shot, if LSU is not hitting it, and they aren't, look at that lockout. They have pushed the Shaq man off the court. So Arizona has done a great job in that last play that Dick talked about in the high-low post entry. On the other hand, LSU's had some problems. That's because of outstanding defense by Arizona.
Yeah, big contrast to last year where Shaquille O'Neal simply manhandled Arizona. Back to the second half and more in just a moment. But first, let's check some scores and highlights. Number 11, Arkansas, already with 1 loss this year. That's to Michigan State. At home to Missouri. Norm Stewart, the pig tie, giving up to Nolan Richardson, but the charity ended there. Roosevelt Wallace with the tackle of Anthony Peeler. Stewart says, we give up. But Peeler was the man for Missouri. Shoots, misses, ball gets batted around. Peeler says, I'm going after it, and slams it down. More of Anthony Peeler, who had a monster game. On the break, over top of Warren Lynn. And then it's not an instant replay, but it looks like it. Anthony Peeler, the one-man show with 32 points in this contest. Missouri wins it 87-76. Not as big a surprise as you would think. 5 times in a row now they've won in Fayetteville. The Tournament of Champions, number 20, DePaul takes it on the chin for the 2nd consecutive time. They lost to UNC Charlotte yesterday. NC State this time around 97-83. Tom Gugliotta with 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. Louisiana Tech facing number 21 Iowa. This one is tight. In the second half, all tied up at 41 apiece. JoJo Goldsmith, 11 points at halftime for Louisiana Tech. Number 24, UNLV, the Running Rebels. They manhandled LSU, the team you're watching here tonight. But at Rutgers, could not get it done. 91-85, the final in overtime. Steve Worthy with 19 points for Rutgers. And Rutgers limit the rebounds to 3 points in the overtime. The Rebels, rather, just 3 points in the overtime. Plenty more to come here on ESPN's NCAA basketball. Back with more in a moment. But first, look at some more scores from around the nation. 77-63, Eastern Kentucky with a win over Wright State.
They say clothes make the man.
No.
They're only half right.
No.
Canoe, men's cologne. It's one fashion that outlives the fads.
Yeah.
Chunky introduces another big chicken noodle soup. New classic chicken noodle made the Chunky way. Big, gigantically juicy chunks of chicken, humongously hearty noodles, and Titanic-tasting vegetables. Chunks big enough for a fork, but you better use a big spoon to get every drop of robust chicken broth. New Chunky classic chicken noodle. Soup so big, it eats like a meal.
So
my sound check. Hello, hello, hello. And I hear this woman's voice.
Crunch that last chord. I'll show you.
She grabbed the guitar, and then she started rocking. No, I mean rocking.
You're pretty good. Not.
Someone that hot deserves something this cold. Suddenly, I remember this was a bug spot.
I like your style.
Someone's taken some steps to juice up their batteries. And today's Duracell batteries can even outlast the ones we made just a few years back. In fact, today's Duracell batteries aren't just built better, they're built to beat the band. You can't top the copper top.
Arizona with a 10-point lead over LSU. LSU with just 29 points in the first half. Second half still to come. Let's continue now with scores and highlights. Oregon State at number 4, Ohio State. The Buckeyes, even with one shoe on, ready to go and no problem for the Beavers tonight. Jimmy Jackson, All-American, leans in on the outside. This is a three-pointer, knocks it down. Oregon State's Jim Anderson looking for the answer, down by 17 at halftime. Off the miss, Chris Jent at the other end for a little bit of showtime. Then Jimmy Jackson again. This time on the break, he gets fouled, rolls it in. Somebody should tell Randy Ayers, who's the coach of Ohio State, you won this game. And won it they did. 84-56. Jimmy Jackson with 24 points for the Buckeyes. Canisius playing number 1 Duke, 96-60. Thomas Hill, 26 points for the Blue Devils, who stay undefeated. The Tar Heels are off to their best start since 1985-86. George Lynch with 20 points. North Carolina beats Central Florida 101-72. Georgia Tech over Tennessee Chattanooga 97-84 is this final. As you're looking at the Oklahoma Coppin State score, 97-70 was that final, but Matt Geiger did have 23 points for Georgia Tech. Wake Forest, number 23 over Fairleigh Dickinson, 66-43. Rodney Rogers with 23 points and 12 boards. Iona facing number 6 Seton Hall. The Hall with the win, 88-72. Jerry Walker, 23 points and 12 rebounds. It's the third consecutive game for Walker. He's had a career high. Connecticut a winner over Maine. This one was tough for a while, 85-71. Chris Smith with 27 points, including a perfect 10 for 10 from the free throw line. And Alaska Fairbanks at number 13, Utah, down by 19 in the first half with just about a minute to go. Byron Wilson had 14 points in the contest for Utah. More to come. We're at halftime. LSU is down 10 to Arizona. And why? Well, Matt Offick, when you're throwing things up like this, pretty good chance you're going to be up at halftime. We'll be back.
Are you still living with this nightmare? Over 15 million motorists have said never again. They've switched to Triple Edge, the world's first high-tech windshield wiper. It clears, it cleans, it wipes dry, all in a single pass. And Triple Edge wipers won't tear, dry rot, or freeze to your windshield. They're made from DuPont Nordell, used in radial tires, so strong that if they ever fail, we'll replace them free. Triple Edge gives you visibility through the heaviest downpour. It whisks away snow and ice. Even mud is no match for Triple Edge. They're only $19.95 a pair, custom fit to install in seconds. No noise, no streaking, no smearing, no tearing. They're the last windshield wipers you'll ever buy.
Call toll-free 1-800-453-7000 or send $19.95 plus $4.50 shipping and handling to Triple Edge Wipers, P.O. Box 871179, TV Department, Dallas, Texas.
Outstanding stuff. First, Calbert Cheney leads Indiana against Vanderbilt. Then Texas battles Oklahoma. It's going to be big. Tuesday, starting at 7:30 Eastern, live on ESPN.
Coming up on SportsCenter, will George Foreman devour another opponent and stay at the table for another title shot? Michael Jordan is licking his chops for a 15th straight win. And Kentucky's meal ticket with Jamal Mashburn against Indiana and Bobby Knight. All after the game.
At the Hoosier Dome in Indianapolis, number 14 Kentucky and number 9 Indiana, and it was everything it was advertised to be. Jamal Mashburn comes away with it, the steal from Meeks between the legs and then rolls it in. Kentucky by 6 at halftime. Second half, Jamal Meeks on the break, the dish to Greg Graham. He gets the 2 off the glass. Indiana pulls within 2, and Rick Pitino says, guys, use your head. 7 seconds to go. Hoosiers still down by 2. They go for the victory, and Greg Graham rolls it off the iron. Richie Farmer with the rebound, and Kentucky wins it. 76-74, rather. Jamal Mashburn with 21 points. Darren Feldhaus had 19 points, 5 3-pointers. California at Oklahoma State, 76-62 is this final. Oklahoma State has held 6 of their 7 opponents below 65 points. UNC Charlotte, we told you they beat DePaul. Now they're trying to knock off Alabama. 45-43, they are up over number 15, 15-20 to go in the game. Number 22, Michigan State. Sean Respert, what a tremendous freshman he has been. 28 points, 83-74, they win over Dayton. And number 25, speaking of outstanding freshmen, Chris Webber with 19 points and 7 rebounds. Jalen Rose, 17 points and 11 rebounds. Both of them freshmen. Michigan wins it 80-61 over Cleveland State. Still plenty more to come. The second half is straight ahead. LSU up against Arizona. But first, scores Wisconsin Green Bay on the road in the Big Ten, up 42-36.
Olympic Team Collection, a triumph of time from Seiko, the official timer of the games of the 25th Olympiad. Seiko, the measure of greatness.
For some people, the best thing about the morning is that it's over by the afternoon. So the Braun shaver is quiet to soothe the soul. It's curved to comfortably fit the face, with 3 shaving positions to cut, groom, and trim with superb results. Braun, a state-of-the-art shaver that could improve your state of mind. The world's #1 selling foil shaver.
McDonald's welcomes you to Neverland from Steven Spielberg's new movie, Hook, where you'll find a never tree and where there's...
Never food! Never food!
There's never food.
Look, it's snowing!
So in the spirit of the season, McDonald's is offering something special. McDonald's gift certificates in $5 books, good for everyone's favorite food. And they all ate happily ever after.
ESPN's NCAA basketball is brought to you by Dodge, a division of the Chrysler Corporation, proud sponsor of the 1992 U.S. Olympic team. And by the people of Nike, who encourage you to just do it.
Rough play tonight in the game between Florida State and Florida A&M. The game had to be called with about a minute to go in the first half after a benches clearing brawl. Florida A&M only had 3 players eligible to play. We'll have more on that later. Right now, let's get back to the game.
Okay, John, there you see the halftime score, 39-29, with Arizona leading over LSU. And, Dick, my only thought about the first half and watching Shaquille O'Neal, for starters, the Wildcats have 30 points from their front court. Shaquille only has 5 points. He's been really very passive, hasn't he?
I think he's been very passive on the offensive end, but a lot of that is because of the responsibility of the perimeter people of LSU, and they're not delivering. They're not making their perimeter shots to open up passing angles that you can directly get the ball into Shaquille. But he's got to be a little bit more active offensively. You mentioned the 30 points by the front court of Arizona, but that's to be expected with Mills and Rooks and Stokes and Womack. They got 4 solid players in their rotation. Shaquille's got to pick it up a notch right now. And the next 4 minutes, I've often said that a game is broken down into 4 segments. And this segment, the next 4 minutes, will determine whether or not they'll get back in this game.
Here are the stats in the first half. Field goal percentage, actually, Arizona not even at 50%. LSU at 33. Turnovers 11 by LSU. Arizona has committed 10. But points off turnovers. Arizona 20 and LSU 9.
Neither club really utilizing the three-point shot effectively. Both clubs made 2. Two guys that have so much more ability than what they've shown here tonight are Reeves from out of New York City and Williamson, an outstanding player for LSU in terms of athletic ability.
Reeves with the lob.
That's been working all night. The back screen, that's a set play designated during the halftime before they came out and gives them the big lift and are up 12.
Remember, LSU scored the three-pointer to cut a 13-point lead to 10, and the Tigers almost turned it over again.
When the ball goes into Shaquille, looking opposite is the best place. He's such a lovable guy, Shaquille O'Neal. When you spend time with him, he's got the great personality. There he is trying to work on the inside. Now he's going to flash. That's a little ducking move. He ducks in. They throw the high lob. Stokes did a pretty good job defending him. Here comes Othick, grabs him. So Othick knows that there's no way can I let him go to the goal there. I get it easily. Let's put him on a free throw line.
At the end of that play, actually a little bit further than that replay showed, O'Neal patted him on the shoulder and apologized for whacking him across the head.
He needs more rotation on that free throw shot.
1 of 5 for Shaquille at the free throw line tonight.
That's the pass. Look opposite. Claude Reeves was an outstanding scorer at Christ the King High School. Played with Derek Phelps, who's now playing for North Carolina. That's pure athletic ability by Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon showing why he gets so many touts as far as what they are expecting of him. Williamson almost makes the steal. Stokes. O'Neal blocked the pass out of bounds. It'll stay with Arizona.
Good rotation by LSU, and Shaquille O'Neal rotating over to give help. Then creates problems with the deflection.
We're talking about Brandon. The biggest question on him is how he will run the offense when they use him at that point. Because that's not really his natural position, is it?
No, he's really a very versatile player. He's really a second guard. He's got athletic ability. Again, a great entry. That was an excellent look by Othick. I asked him yesterday, what point guards do you respect on a national basis? He immediately jumped out with the name Hurley and Mayberry and Walt Williams from out of Maryland. Like Sean Miller as well, the kid from out of Pittsburgh. High-low, they're trying to go high-low, either shoot the jumper or dump it down inside.
Mills. And can't get it to go. Rooks has it knocked away, and it's Williamson almost with a steal, but he stepped on the line.
Really sloppy play here in the second half, starting the second half. Richie Ballesteros, one of the premier officials.
Mills, 15 first half points, misses on that opening shot of the second half, though.
See, the great player has a way to get free. The superstars really know how to get free. Shaquille's going to have to learn how to get active and get free for the basketball. Trying to get the angle right now. There's the entry. Dump it. A little bit late. Timing so important when they enter it. Well, now they front him with Stokes in their matchup.
Three-pointer on the way from Williamson. Not there. Boudreau has it blocked, but he's fouled by Stokes.
Good rebound by Boudreau, stepping into the lane. Nobody blocked him out.
That's the third foul on him, and now a big decision for the man sitting on the edge of the table across the way.
There's the architect, the Frank Lloyd Wright coaching. I really believe when you talk about builders of programs, Rick Pitino, what he did at Providence, and now he's back at Kentucky, restoring that program. Bobby Cremins came into a similar situation where they won one game in the ACC and was an architect, and Lute Olson they were 1-17 the year prior to his arrival here. 1988 took them to the Final Four. They lost to Oklahoma in the Final Four, and that was the year of Danny and the Miracle Boys. Larry Brown did a sensational job with that Kansas team.
Boudreau now with 4 points. Reeves looks for the pass inside. There is not one. Ball is knocked away by Williamson. Reeves almost gets the steal back from Anderson. In fact, knocks it on the floor.
See, there's no rhythm right now offensively. You can play it. That was a force, baby.
7 points for him. And again, that close he is shooting down at the basket.
That looked like my jump shot. That was Brick City, USA. I thought he was going to build a condominium there with that baby.
Inside, the whistle and the foul on Brandon.
They're back in the game, though, down to 6.
That's 3 on Brandon. And now all of a sudden the Tigers have a situation where they're going to have to be extremely careful. Boudreau also has the 3 fouls. He had to go to the bench in the first half. Khaled Reeves has yet to score, and that's the point that Dick was making. He can really light it up when he gets it going. Mills for 3.
Inside, outside play. Dump it to the interior. Bring it back out to the perimeter.
This could make it a 4-point game, and that will be a foul.
That was a great drive by Williamson. If you're not hitting your perimeter shot and you're a good athlete, you got great athletic ability and slashing and driving ability, take the ball to the goal. Here goes Williamson. I mean, he goes to the goal, just like Super John used to do. Number 23, former New Mexico State superstar. That's right, his daddy.
Stoudemire checks into the game. That's 2 fouls on Mills. Reeves comes out. Also, Stokes comes out of the ballgame.
Reeves had an ankle injury prior to the start of the season, and he's really not playing with the authority. Free throw line. Must knock those free throws down, Ron.
LSU has not shot free throws well tonight.
They were blown out against Vegas. UNLV's got the 2nd longest winning streak at home. He comes up empty there, lost tonight.
Dick, that's only 7 of 14 from the free throw line. And the Tigers, if they had them all, they'd be leading in this ball game. They're only down by 6.
Got to make them, especially on the road. If you want to hang with clubs away from home. Tried to swing the ball to get a one-on-one maneuver out of Mills.
Othick with the drive, tries to dish it off to Mills, and Stoudemire almost with a steal, and he got decked.
I mean, they're hustling and they're scrapping, but the play is absolutely sloppy. Dale Brown came out of Washington State as an assistant coach to get the job at LSU. Built this program, said, I'm going nowhere. I love it.
Williamson.
Backdoor cut. Caught the defensive player staring at the ball. Williamson with a good backdoor cut. Get back in it. We got a game here.
13 points, the biggest lead by Arizona tonight. It's now a 4-point game as Rooks goes strong to the hoop. And I tell you, there's not much Boudreau can do about that either.
Ron, I said earlier in the telecast, he's one of the premier low-post offensive players. He's got to work on completing his game. He's playing a little better on the defensive end. He's working hard against Shaquille.
Nice move along that baseline.
Jamie Brandon with the drive.
He's got 12.
LSU getting a lot more productivity here in the second half out of guys like Brandon and Boudreau.
If that's Boudreau, that's his 4th, Dick. Oh, it's Shaquille O'Neal. His 4th. His 3rd, I beg your pardon.
They dump the ball into Rooks. Here comes Shaquille rotating over. He's going to get him from behind. Ooh, I don't know about that call. Willis McJunkin with the call. I don't know about that, baby.
So it's 3 on O'Neal.
Came out of San Antonio, Cole High School. Played in the summer with David Robinson. Robinson said he is strong. This guy's a fighter and a scrapper, and he's been a winner year in and year out. He said, put it down. We will be the NCAAs again. Gets the rotation. Gets the touch.
Timeout on the floor.
Magic Moments, presented by Dodge. In 1989, Illinois and Indiana squared off in one of the most unbelievable finishes in college basketball. With 2 seconds to play, Indiana tied the score on a Jay Edwards jump shot. Following an Illinois timeout and instructions from Coach Lou Henson, Nick Anderson took the pass from out of bounds and in one miraculous motion turned to the hoop and sank a 30-footer to give the Fighting Illini a victory and a magic moment.
Dodge announces the new Magnum Series engines. Engines that deliver as much as 44% more power. Here's a simple promise. Drop a Magnum Cummins diesel with new charge air cooling in a Ram 4x2 and you can out-torque, out-carry, and out-pull any diesel pickup from Ford or Chevy. Dodge trucks, a powerful way to rediscover American value.
Now, drive for the gold with up to $1,000 cash back on select Dodge trucks.
Forget the limits of ordinary basketball. You've entered the Nike flight dimension. Examine, if you will, Scottie Pippen, about to discover the power of his flight shoes in a time warp. And so, history gets a lesson in the flight dimension.
Son, you could make hundreds of dollars a year in professional basketball.
6-point game with just over 15 minutes to play, and LSU was down by 13 just with less than a minute to play before halftime.
Well, you know, Dale Brown told us before the telecast, he said, I feel it. I feel we're going to end that 64-game win streak.
Anderson cans the three-pointer.
That was excellent spacing, good ball movement, and they got it to their shooter. He's their designated three-point shooter.
LSU is now 5 of 7 shooting in the second half, while Arizona is only 2 of 7.
Anderson knocked down 42 threes 2 years ago at Cal Irvine.
Stokes with the shooter's roll there.
He's a 6'11 guy, about 270 with a good touch. LSU playing with a lot more confidence, a little bit more feeling to their game right now offensively.
They've also taken this crowd out of the game, which is big. Mills with the rebound. Here comes Stoudemire.
Williamson really struggling shooting the ball. Anytime you sit out
this is this going to be 3 shots, Dick? If he says he was in the act of shooting, yes. He just put up 3 fingers.
Well, he backed up. Smart play by Othick to back up behind the three-point line. In fact, Rick Pitino says down at Kentucky, if we have guys that are a foot away, see right now, look, right there, he backs up, he gets behind the three-point line. Here comes Williamson, he's charging, he's up in the air. Uh-oh, he left something on the ground. And there it is, the contact. Look at him, he's trying to make like he's shooting that three. He's a good free throw shooter as well.
Othick has 6 points on the night.
He initially signed with New Mexico. He was going to play for Gary Colson. Colson got let go as a coach. He got out of it, got released. Then he committed verbally to Jerry Tarkanian. Then changed his mind and went to Arizona. Tark was very upset. Played at Bishop Gorman High School down there in Vegas, where Danny Tarkanian played, was an outstanding point guard, and he was a teammate there of Brian Williams. Brian now with the Orlando Magic with Pat Williams' team.
2 of the 3.
They feel they got better chemistry. They feel as a team, they really enjoy playing. They know their roles. And now they have to back it up on the court. Good high post screen. Now see, Shaquille's being a little more active right now. Oh, nice pass. Great look by Shaquille, but he was much more active offensively.
Boudreaux now with 6 points. As Mills pulls up with a jumper. He finally hits. He's been cold for the first 6 minutes of the second half.
Chris Mills gets out in transition, runs the court very well.
17 for him.
Hit a big shot last year to beat UCLA. Sent the game into OT. UCLA had that game won. A real battle in a Pac-10, UCLA and Arizona, but it's an improved conference. They're one of the Super 6 conferences now.
Boudreaux with the jumper.
Boudreaux getting wide open because of the presence of Shaquille O'Neal, and he's making them count.
That's 8 points for him, and he's sometimes a little bit streaky with his shooting, but boy, that would be big for the Tigers.
Lomax did a great job of getting the 4th foul on Shaquille O'Neal with that little head fake. As Hammock puts his arm around Dale Brown, says, Coach, don't worry about nothing. Coach, I love you. I'm going to really go in here and play hard, Coach. There goes Shaq. You look like a heavyweight champ walking to the sideline. See, now watch the head fake right here. See, there's a little head fake. He got him up in the air. To all you young kids out there, a tip again. Pump that ball and use the head, and you will get free and get fouled many a time. Years ago, one of the greats utilizing that played with Mr. Valvano, and his name was Bobby Lloyd at Rutgers University.
7 points, 4 boards, and Shaq goes out. Put an asterisk by it. We'll see what happens. It's at the 13:22 mark when he's going to the bench.
Write it down. It was 51-46 when he went out. 13:22. Ron, you're right on target. I'll tell you, you're right on target. And I only wish I had the tone of your voice. Don't get embarrassed. I'm praising you.
Brandon brings it up. Stoudemire. Boy, Stoudemire's really been taking some tough screens.
When they bring the high post guy out to screen, they start in the 1-4 set and they rotate him high.
Gaudreau for 3. Not there, and it's Mills who clears it.
Mills went after that really with a vengeance. Great inside position.
Stokes reverses it.
Great inside position. How long does he wait? 12:45 on the clock. Remember when Shaquille went out last time? They went from 6 to 13. It's a tough time right now for Dale Brown in making that decision.
Brandon with the jumper. Not there. That's Hammock. And it looks like Hammock has just picked up the foul.
Yeah, he pushed off.
That's 4 on him.
He pushed off. It's really a tough time right now for Dale Brown in making a decision. Here it is, you're on the road, you're playing against a team that's outstanding. You're playing in an environment where they won 64 in a row. You're down 9 and your star has got 4 fouls. Do you bring them in or do you wait?
You know, Dick, the other thing about this arena here, arenas that are constructed this way, the fans are right down on top of the players on the floor. It is a very intimidating situation.
I'll tell you one thing, though. You mentioned the fans. As we watch this possession, good steal.
Caesar with the steal, and Arthur takes it right back from him.
They got a trailer. He's got a trailer. There he is. He's got the trailer. They're rocking and rolling. It's showtime here in Tucson. You got to communicate when you have a trailer, and they did that.
Singleton got him in the air, and it looks like Womack picks up the foul.
I'm coaching LSU. I will not wait. I got to bring Shaquille in the game. See, now watch out there. He knows he's got the trailer. The guy behind him, see how he looked? The guy's yelling, trail, trail, trail. Bill says, thank you, Matt. I'll take you out for dinner. Give me the rock, baby.
I'll tell you, Singleton goes to the line, Dick. LSU tonight, 50%, 7 of 14. Arizona's 15 of 19. Clearly, it's the difference in the ballgame.
You know what else? Clearly the difference. Shaquille getting in foul trouble, Ron. He's a really can't be as active. Right now, if I'm Dale Brown, I have to bring him back in the game. We're down 11:52 on the road. He's trying to buy time, but I think it could really be a danger time because Arizona's such a great spurt team.
Singleton looking for his 7th point.
You mentioned the environment and the fact that the fans are right on top of you. But these are all the alumni who paid the big bucks. I really think they got to get more kids in this arena. Only 1,200 get tickets through a lottery. And they should have a better opportunity. This is their school, baby.
35,000 students here. That's 1,200's not very many. Khaled Reeves, he'll take it all the way to the hoop. First 2 points for him tonight.
That's the kind of player he can be. A driver, a jump shooter. Excellent. He's been very passive. He had a tough summer. He was charged, as everyone knows, it was documented, with a sexual assault charge. It was totally exonerated, but it had a weigh on him mentally. He told me it was a tough time.
Three-pointer tip, not there. Battling inside. Singleton can't get it to go in the whistle. And who do we have? It's going to be against Arizona.
Singleton did a great job to get an opportunity, sneaking in with that left hand, finding the lane offensively, recognizing that lane. Being very active is so important.
Rooks picks up the foul, his second. Arizona on a run. They have hit 6 of their last 7 shots.
Arizona had a great recruiting class. In fact, if you had to rate the classes early, I'd rate Kentucky #1. 2, you'd have to put Ohio State. Randy Ayers is doing a fantastic job. Lute Olson spoke so highly of Randy yesterday. And number 3, Arizona. They signed some great players, including Corey Williams from out of Illinois. Got a player from out of Texas. Kid named Bohannon, about 6'8". This guy can recruit. What a job he did at Iowa. 9 years at Iowa. Took him to the Final Four in 1980.
So we're enjoying our favorite spot. And we see this old guy. Hey, Bob! Then there was this huge wave. We thought the old guy was history. That was hot. Anyway, we were impressed.
Guru dude, want a cold bud? Groovy.
Groovy. Despite our language differences, all surfers share a universal communication. Oops. Whoa.
At Dodge, things are moving very fast.
The UNC Charlotte already win this weekend over a nationally ranked team. They beat number 20 DePaul, now trying to get number 15 Alabama. That's Henry Williams at the end of the break. Converts, and they have the lead, 69-61 with just over a minute remaining. Back to Ron and Dick.
I'll tell you, John, they've done a great job, especially with Mr. Henry Williams. He made my Aretha Franklin all respect. Get me some respect, baby.
Rooks is down after the play at the far end of the court, and as soon as Arizona gets the ball back or a whistle, then they will be able to come on the floor and take a look at him. He took a very hard spill. Is he holding his ankle or his knee? Can't really tell.
Foul is on the Tigers, 32, Harold Monroe. His 4th personal, 6th team foul.
Sean ready to have a great senior year. Going to get a lot of quality minutes now. Brian Williams is not here. This could be a big, big year for Sean Rooks.
But I'll tell you, that foul on Boudreau, now O'Neal, Boudreau, and Hammock, all 3 have 4 fouls for the Tigers. And we still have 10.5 minutes to play in the ball game.
Reeves trying to get the ball, a little one-on-one move. There he is, driving down the lane, kicks it back out. Dribble penetration is so important. Duke does that so well.
On the floor, Pugh makes the steal.
Well,
off to Singleton. Caesar for 3, count it.
He plays with a lot of confidence. I like Caesar. I think he's going to be a big-time player at LSU.
9 points for him. All of a sudden, back to 7. Mills got away with a walk, and that's going to be a foul on Caesar.
He's a very confident player, very active, from Iowa, Louisiana. He spells it Iowa like I-O-W-A. Well, I could spell that simple word for him.
It's like there are areas that have their own special pronunciations or spelling. It's like the river north of Kansas is the Arkansas rather than the Arkansas.
You lay that geography on me. I mean, I failed geography at school.
Well, in New Mexico, it's Chaves County, and it's Chavez Ravine in California.
Mills on a free throw line was such a great high school player. He teamed up with Sean Higgins, who I mentioned a little earlier. Now in the NBA with San Antonio, but really left school early, and I thought he needed another year to develop.
Looking for his 21st point.
Eddie Sutton had so many positives to say about him when we spoke to Eddie over in New York City when The Cowboys won the NIT. What a tough Big 8 when you think of Kansas, Oklahoma State, Missouri with that big win tonight on the road. Norm Stewart's got to be on cloud 9, beating Arkansas.
Stolen by Womack. Womack now has 5 steals in this ballgame.
Well, he's a tremendous defensive player.
Stokes.
Good execution. I don't think you can wait for Shaquille. I really don't. I think the big guy's got to get on the floor. It's under 10 minutes. You're down 11. You're on the road. You're playing in one of the toughest places in America to play.
Boudreaux with the lob inside, tipped in the air, and another turnover against the Tigers.
Here's one of their favorite sets, the high-low entry. But there's one problem. The guy that really can finalize it is not on the floor.
And he just got up off the bench. Shaq is coming back in the ballgame.
Hey, you think he hurt us? Maybe we're wired into Dale on that sideline.
And a timeout called by the LSU Tigers.
There's that spurt here in Tucson. One of the special places. Look at all these wackos. Look at these kids going bananas.
Dogs don't have a lot in common with cats. Even their nutritional needs are different, but they both love chicken. That's why Purina One developed a separate dog formula and cat formula that both use chicken. Chicken, together with other high-quality ingredients, helps provide ideal nutrition and a naturally good taste that dogs and cats both love. So now dogs do have something in common with cats.
Purina One, second to none. See for yourself that Purina One is different from most other dried dog or cat foods. Call 1-800-755-1111 and we'll send you a free sample of Purina One brand dog or cat food. Then compare our ingredient label to your present label and you'll appreciate the difference. So will your dog or cat. So call 1-800-755-1111 for your free sample. Purina One, second to none.
Sunday night. It's been a tough weekend.
Yeah, it's not easy bringing home the bacon.
Especially when you could be the bacon. So what's on TV?
How about some Sunday night NFL on ESPN?
Yeah, let's watch them toss around the old pigskin.
Don't say pigskin.
Sunday night NFL on ESPN. Hey, boys, let's pig out.
America, let's pig out ESPN.
Want some pork rinds?
Oh, Dad, pig out.
Well, with McHale 65-52, a look at Rooks. He's going to try to come back. He sprained his left ankle. They have just completed a retaping job. The lob inside to O'Neal. It'll stay with the Tigers.
Immediately when the ball is thrown up in the air, 4 people converge on the inside with Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay, points off turnovers tonight. LSU 17 off turnovers, and Arizona 26 points. Three-pointer by Williamson. Way too strong.
Williamson had 31 2 years ago against Vanderbilt, 26 against UNLV. That's not the same Maurice Williamson on the floor tonight.
Stokes will lose it. And boy, they went to work inside on Shaquille immediately, didn't they?
Shooting the ball from the perimeter is really such a problem for LSU. There's out there coming from the rear.
Reeves can't get it to go. Well, don't forget, tonight at midnight Eastern Time, Arizona State will take on New Mexico. That game in Albuquerque. Coming up next, right here on ESPN.
That's Bill Frieder and Jamal Faulkner, who played with Reeves, who's on a free throw line at Christ the King. Faulkner, I thought, was the best diaper dandy freshman in the Pac-10 last year. And Frieder's got him really excited at Arizona State. But he's got to keep him away from the phone. I mean, those guys got in trouble using the phone, and he had 4 guys ineligible for the Maui Classic. Imagine a high school team having Reeves, Phelps in North Carolina, and Faulkner, who plays at Arizona State, on the same high school team. Wow, New York City.
to 52, and another LSU turnover. And now with just under 8 to play, this could get out of hand. It is about to right now.
It's a learning process. Dale Brown says it's experimental time for us right now.
Shaq with the defensive play.
Out of control in transition. As a look at Mr. Olsen, Tony McAndrew, flashing number 11 with 7 years at Colorado State, where I thought he did a solid job in bringing some respectability to a program that was struggling.
Brandon can't get it to go. Boudreaux with the good hustle. They got a piece of that, and here comes Womack. Khaled Reeves, he'll take it the distance.
That's the real Mr. Reeves. In transition, one-on-one player. Get ready for blowout city, Mr. Franklin.
17-point Wildcat lead.
Shaquille, really, to be effective, needs some help from his friends. They have to be able to make that perimeter shot. I think Mike Hansen is going to become an important player to LSU before the season is over. Dale doing a lot of coaching, loves this kid, wants to help him so much, has great feeling for his players, cares about them, really sincerely cares about them.
Oh, the big hand for Rooks as he comes back in, and we'll see how mobile he is.
You know, Dale and Luke played against each other in high school out of North Dakota. And they did a great job describing each other yesterday. And Dale Brown said, hey, you look at Mr. Olsen, and he was like the president of a corporation, and I was like the blue-collar worker. But he wrote an article, Dale did, when he was a high school player. He was a media guy, and he wrote in his article after the game, after Lute Olson's team won the state championship, he said he was absolutely the best player on the floor.
Eight points now for Reeves, as inside Mills will be called for the violation. I think the team foul was wrong across the way. We were questioning to our statistician here, asking Dave why they went to the line. It only shows 9. It has to be 10 to come to the other end of the floor and shoot it.
You know, every time now Shaquille touches the ball, 4 people converge on him. It's got to be so frustrating. Look at that, right in front. He can't get a direct look at the basket.
Inside, and you see all the traffic. Hansen cross courts it to Anderson. O'Neal with the jump hook. Score it, and he'll go to the line.
They can't stop that shot. Even NBA people would not be able to stop that down low. You know, this young guy turned down, estimated, when you talk about all the deals, the endorsements, about $30 million to stay in school. I think that's beautiful. I really do. That a young guy puts his priorities in order. But then again, that certainly doesn't knock young people that go early in terms of looking at their financial situation. Everybody has a different feeling, a different home life.
You know, Dick, his father has said all along that he will go to 4 years of college. I'm just wondering if he can forego the pros 1 more year. Think he can?
I really do. I think he can, but I think he's really in a position now with the game at UNLV in this game, maybe to get a little frustrated. If there's one thing that might chase him out of the collegiate game, it could be the fact of the triple and the double teams and 4 guys collapsing all over him.
Well, that's what I mentioned back in the first half that he told me at the shoot-around today. He said, that's the only thing, he said, I am having fun, but that's the only thing that bothers me.
Pac-10 became a better conference. I used to always scream mediocrity. Wayne, we won't tell anybody about that brick, baby. That was all Brick City. And they became a better conference when he arrived because he brought a certain presence to the league, and everybody else increased their recruiting, and everybody got better. And I think it made the league so much tougher. Hey, there's some great players in this league. Harold Miner, Don McLean. You talked about Mills, Faulkner. There are some super players and talent in the Adam Keefe at Stanford.
Ross takes it strong, and O'Neal with another block.
And he has 4 fouls, but excellent timing right there by Shaquille. As the entry down to Rooks now. He says, get ahead. Try to go up. I'm not going to go for you, fake. I'm staying on the ground. Shaquille also leads everybody in this game of taps on the rear. He's tapping everybody. Nice play. Don't worry about it.
He and Rooks are talking, and Majunkin went over there to talk with him or to make sure that there was nothing going on. And I think they were just chatting rather than about to get into something. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out.
I'll tell you one thing. I don't want to get near either guy. He blocks it again. Says, want to try the third time? Want to try the third time? Bring it into him.
That will be LSU's basketball. But if one more, you'd have had the hat trick in that one sequence.
It's so unfortunate that our beautiful fans that are watching haven't had really the opportunity to see the real deal, Shaquille O'Neal, because he's just an amazing talent. I just get awed watching him in practice, looking at the gracefulness and his great agility.
What they have seen tonight is an absolutely excellent team from the University of Arizona.
Oh, well prepared. Did a tremendous job in preparing and matching up and really playing Shaquille tough on the inside, keeping the ball away from him.
Khaled Reeves with the steal. Going to take it all the way, and he'll score it.
He's an excellent one-on-one open court driver to the basket.
Dickey's now got 10 points. Have all come in the second half, so he picked up the slack.
In transition. Playing tough on the ball, too, defensively. Another good trademark of Arizona. That's a forced shot.
Boudreau with the shot, not there.
This is a very good Arizona team. Right now, you really see basically only one dominant team looking at Duke and their performance against St. John's. But Arizona, they wanted a shot at Duke. He told us last night at dinner, Lou, he said, I really wanted to go to Cameron Indoor Stadium, but we had to break our 4-year agreement because of the arrival of Florida State in the league. Luke's philosophy is you only get better by playing better people.
Boudreau now with 11 points.
Boudreau has a brother playing at Southwestern Louisiana, Carol Boudreau.
Officially, they have O'Neal with 3 blocks and 3 steals. I had him for one more than that in the first half.
Arizona does a good job in executing as well. Oklahoma State with the win over Lou Campanelli. Rick Majerus rolling. Josh Grant is back in the lineup. Oklahoma, I can't wait to go to Sooner Country, Norman, Oklahoma on Tuesday night against Texas. Michigan State comes back. They won that game over Dayton. Jed Heathcote got a good team.
Brooks takes it to the hoop, and that'll do it for Shaq.
And the crowd is absolutely goes bananas. I just hate the thought of the rule that says a guy goes to the sideline. Only in basketball is an athlete penalized. A quarterback who you prepare with, he plays. The coach decides whether he goes. Smart play by Rooks, taking it right at Shaquille. Look at him now. Now he's, come on now. Come on now. You don't have to say anything, Sean. Play, have some class, baby. Don't have to say nothing. You got the upper hand now, no doubt about it.
So let's draw the line on the Shaq man. 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 blocks, and 3 steals.
You know, in baseball, the pitcher stays out there unless the coach wants to get him out. I really believe I'd love to see a rule, as I said earlier. Let the coach, let Dale Brown now decide. If he wants to play Shaquille, make the penalty a technical if he commits a 6. People pay to see the star. There's been so many quotes in the papers about these guys being so excited to have Shaquille down here, Rooks and Stokes.
Misses that one as well, so he remains with 16 points. And his ankle does not seem to be bothering him after he got it retaped.
Playing man-to-man defense now that Shaquille's out of the game. They come out of the matchup.
Way out with that shot, Caesar. Not there. Don't forget, coming up after this one, Arizona State and New Mexico at the Pit in Albuquerque.
Oklahoma and Texas will be a real shootout. Billy Tubbs put some points on the board down in Norman.
You'll enjoy that one. In fact, a week from tonight, I'll be in Austin to see that same Texas team against an awfully good UConn team.
Yeah, UConn can flat out play. They're one of the better teams in the Big East. Chris Smith, you'll like him.
About to go under 4 minutes to play in this one. Rocket comes away. Reeves. That's intentional.
That's intentional. You got 2 shots in the ball. Brandon used to winning. Top 48 like Anthony Hardaway, Wayne Morton now playing at Louisville. Such a tough thing when you sit out the year. The penalty's so severe. They not only sit out the year, they can't practice with the team, and I think that is absurd. I think why not put them under the direction of a coach? I'd also like to see where if a young man is showing progress toward his degree and he has 96 hours, why not give him the extra year? I think the penalty is so severe for the fact that you don't get a certain score on an SAT or an ACT.
Dick Reeves is perfect from the free throw line, and he has really come alive in his second half with a total of 12 points.
I wonder sometimes, you're right about Reeves, sometimes the rules are out to hurt kids rather than help them. I don't understand how you don't help a young man. Ramil Robinson, for example, he graduated in 4 years at Michigan. He came in as a top 48. He just didn't do well on a test, but he had the potential and he did the job. I think he only was able to play 3 years.
Mills gets it blocked, but he's also fouled.
LSU has a date with Texas. Dale Brown says, how big is basketball? That in LSU, think about these numbers. Sold 66,000 tickets for a game at the Superdome. When they had a game with the Fighting Irish in Notre Dame, sold 61,000 tickets for Georgetown. And they expect, he said, you ready for this year with Texas and Tom Penner's coming in? He expects to sell 70,000 tickets. And to put it in perspective, LSU played Tulane in football. They had 38,000 there. Tell me basketball's not big in Baton Rouge and in the state of Louisiana.
Mills with a double-double going tonight. Knocks that one down for his 23rd point. Add on 13 rebounds. One of the reasons the Cats are up big.
I'll be vacation here 40 years.
40 years.
Before the lake dried up.
Remember, Granddad?
40 years.
Except when we buy a new car. Then we spend our vacation going to the bank for a car loan. First to the bank, then to the dealer, back to the bank.
Why a bank?
Dad, Granddad, they did it. I did it. He'll do it.
Ah, tradition.
Habit.
Break your old banking habit. Finance or lease your new vehicle with GMAC right at your GM dealership. Then you can enjoy your vacation.
This is the season to steal the thunder on Volant, the only stainless steel skis in the world. For more information, call 1-800-783-1754 and steal the thunder.
You know what's smart? This Magnavox 386 notebook computer that fits in your briefcase. But what's really smart is this Magnavox 8mm EasyCam that shoots incredible videos yet weighs less than 2 pounds. But what's brilliant is this Magnavox 13-inch TV that has a VCR built right into it. But what's really brilliant is this Magnavox 3-inch LCD TV that even has an AM/FM. But what's truly ingenious is this 31-inch stereo TV with a smart window that lets you see what's on other channels and swap the picture.
We'll be right back after these messages.
You know what's smart?
Oh, not him again.
Go away.
The ingenious products from Magnavox. They're smart. Very smart.
Ron Franklin and Dick Vitale back in Tucson, Arizona. Glad to have you along, and for Cat fans, you got to be extremely excited with a 20-point bulge. Less than 4 to play.
Chris Mills really been outstanding. Multi-dimensional, rebounding, scoring, plays a little defense. Because Reeves, he loves the open court. He loves the open court. Oh!
Tried to reverse it, just put it right up over the hoop.
TJ Dew getting some time now. Last year he led the SEC in assists.
Ledreau with a nice move off the glass. He now has 14 points. About to go under 3 minutes in this one. The lob pass, Stokes. 11 for Big Ed.
Very quiet 11. Having some technical problems again, Mr. Franklin. Got to go to the spare. That's what you got to do in coaching. When things don't work, you go to your reserves.
Reeves again comes up with the loose ball. Now Mills.
They're really playing solid team defense. All the parts of their defensive game have really been so efficient. It really happened yesterday in practice. They're going to spread the court now.
Couple of numbers for you. 34% shooting by LSU and an offensive rebounds. 48 for Arizona in this ball game.
That's just a tremendous job. Really tremendous job. Look at North Carolina jumping out on Joe Dean Jr. UCLA up. Wow, big. Syracuse with a good win over St. Joe's.
Chris Mills comes out of the ball game to a standing ovation.
He's one of the better swing players in all of college basketball. There's my all Glenn Miller team. In the moods, the best swingmen in the game. Jackson, Cheney, Hill, Mills, and Day. Wait till Todd Day starts playing for Arkansas. He can move ahead of all those guys with his great athletic ability.
See number 22, Ray O's, is coming to the ball game. He's a 6'7" freshman, San Bernardino, California. We saw him just a little bit in the first half.
Stoudemire's going to get a lot of playing time as their third guard.
Johnson will go to the line as he is fouled by Caesar.
He's from out of Tucson, Arizona, where he broke the records of Sean Elliott. Sean Elliott played at Cholla. What a tremendous player Elliott was. 1988 led him to that Final Four. They were #1 the year after and got beat by UNLV when Anderson Hunt made that unbelievable shot where a lot of people thought it was an offensive foul.
Allen comes in and off it goes to the bench.
Gets a standing ovation. Played a solid game. The numbers aren't very impressive, but just a solid game. His dad was an assistant coach at Wichita State. Now he's in the business world.
You know, Dick, one of the things that I was really impressed with at practice yesterday for Arizona, I think one of the reasons that they are as good as they are, their second team not only can work hard against them, they can give them more than a little bit of opposition. They're that good, which makes your first unit that much better.
Well, what impressed me at practice is that they really are into detail. Every little detail they cover. And they really delegate responsibility well. And he's got two proven outstanding young coaches as former head guys in McAndrew and Jim Rosborough. He delegates to Jesse Evans. I tell you something, he's got one of the better staffs in America, Lute Olson.
2 minutes and 1 second.
And as soon as this baby's over, you got to give me a ride, pal, because I got a red eye it into Detroit.
You promise not to stop and talk with anyone.
No autographs, no talking. We're getting out.
If you do, me and your luggage go to the airport without you.
Dale Brown really, in essence, when you look at this whole game, has got to find the right rotation. He's got to find the people that blend together. They have to determine what their roles are and understand their roles. And that's what he is going to gain by playing against people like this, rather than winning by 70 and 80 points, playing against teams that are automatics.
Stoudemire. He'll be a star of tomorrow for these Wildcats.
Yeah, they say he's a lot better than what they expected. He's been playing so well in their practice sessions.
It's going to be an air ball. Deron Johnson as it got a piece of it, and a foul called on Anderson of LSU. Well, Sports Center coming up next. Tom Mees and Gary Miller. The Foreman Ellis report. Also, the Bulls try to make it 15 straight. And the Army-Navy highlights. How about the Anchor Clankers? Big one today. They were a huge underdog.
Mees and Mills. I love that backcourt. I mean, Mees and Mills. I mean, are you kidding me? You got me all messed up here. Mees and Myers. Unbelievable backcourt. They can't channel. They can't really challenge right now. Reeves and Othnick. Stop being hysterical over here. This is called filler time right now.
21-point ball game. 5 points now for Stoudemire.
Stoudemire is going to be a solid lead guard. He has great penetration ability and plays on the defensive end. Puts a lot of pressure on the balls. Got good quickness right there. See how he stayed square right in his face. He had to shoot that ball over the top. That was a good defensive play because he didn't allow him to beat him with penetration.
15 points for him now. Next game coming up for Arizona is against that same New Mexico team, which we'll see in just a short time tonight against Arizona State.
The one danger in playing against Vegas on the road and here against Arizona is the fact that you run into the danger of losing your confidence as people. You have the great preseason build-up, but this guy is such a master, Dale Brown. He will find positives to be able to stress to make them really understand and comprehend that this is nothing more than a learning process, and a loss now is absolutely meaningless.
And for LSU, they get 10 days off before they play another game, and then they'll be back at the Maravich Assembly Center down on the LSU campus in Baton Rouge against Southeastern Louisiana. Sean Allen with his first point. Sean, also a freshman in Las Vegas. Under a minute to play.
Oh, nice head fake. Great head fake. There it is again. That head fake frees the offensive player. And then a good first step to the goal. He's been a solid player in his first 3 years at LSU. Singleton came in out of Mississippi. In fact, right now, LSU is in the hunt for Othella Harrington. About 6'9 and a half. Maybe one of the top 5 players in America. Some people say the best is Corliss Williamson going to Arkansas. From out of Arkansas, or Jason Kidd or Roderick Rhodes. But Harrington's a great player, and it looks like it's going to be LSU or Georgetown. Dale Brown said he spent last week watching him play, got 31. He's at Murrah High School down at
Murrah High School, yeah, Murrah in Jackson. In fact, it's the same place that the great guard at Alabama.
Hollywood Robinson, James Robinson.
Yeah, same school. Oh, that's a good hang time there by Brandon. Still made it.
I'll tell you what, the greatest player maybe in high school right now is a junior by the name of Randy Livingston. The best big guy is Griffin, and he's the best perimeter player from out of New Orleans. Stoudemire with that drive, slash into the goal. 65 in a row, baby. Luke says bring them all down here. Arizona, very impressive defensively. Good execution on the perimeter and a solid baseline. They're going to have a very good year again. It'll be another 22-23 game win season for Lute Olson. Maybe better.
Anderson with the long jumper. That's Stokes. And the outlet pass.
Finish it. Finish it. Good night. Oh, I should have jammed in.
Very quickly as the clock goes down. Your final thoughts, Dick. So the final score, Arizona 87 and LSU 67. Sports Center is next. And now for Dick Vitale, Ron Franklin saying so long from the McHale Center in Tucson, Arizona.